Happy Friday, happy quarantine, my fellas. Here we are, another week, another episode. Alicia Keys, Swizz Beatz house.
Well, I think if people don't figure it out, this is the house that they use for Tony Stark's home in the Avenger movies.
Oh, this is the inspiration for it? I can imagine sitting in that infinity pool and enjoying my time, taking in that weather and just focusing on that ocean, how relaxing it could be.
No matter what room you're in, you wake up every day and you get to see the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can't compare anything to that.
With that transparency though, how are you separating some of these private rooms? I don't see any curtains.
Well, they definitely are thinking about it being private to everybody else. But they're like, listen, if you're family,
right, you're gonna see me going in the tub.
There was a mayor in Atlanta named Maynard Jackson. When he took mayoralship, this is what he said. He couldn't find one African American architecture firm at that time. So one African American architect.
I can get with these glass balcony railings.
Well, they were properly done.
And you see how they added that little accent of wood to try to soften it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, this is on it's on a spline, so it's on that cylindrical stringer that's holding it together.
You can't stray away from the glass too much.
With the floating bookshelf. Now, is that a clear story window behind it? I wonder where.
It is.
Oh, that's the second floor. Is that off the master bedroom now? Is it me or those ceiling heights look low?
They
look low, but I don't think they are low. They might be 9 feet.
But also remember, this is the upper level of a double height space.
Right.
Because you see how the glass system is that far out. This is that railing here.
Mm-hmm.
So that became like the mezzanine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is the living area.
Is that a grill outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is this a kitchen? Is that a counter that yeah, that looks like the kitchen counter.
That might be a kitchen.
That's probably a cooktop.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Now, we enjoy the views, but looking at these interiors, it feels really cold inside these spaces.
That's why I say maybe the concrete is being used as a thermal mass as well.
Could be.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not like that. It's the opposite of Will Smith's house.
What do you mean, Steve?
Like, they're not going for that warm, cozy Western feeling. Like, this is straight, modern, contemporary.
It's like, you could come and visit me, but you got to get out afterwards.
Yeah.
And take your garbage with you.
Like, bro, don't leave that candy wrapper there.
Yeah. Nah, don't put that soda right there. Don't put that
peanut shoes. Take your peanut shoe wrappers with you, man.
Now later wrapper.
No, now later.
If you notice, but you can kind of access outdoor spaces from everywhere. There's a door here, double doors here, doors here.
On the end, yep. Ooh, okay.
Yo, that view?
It's killing it. And the sun is going down right now.
Fucking clouds.
So I'm curious I guess the lighting is behind us. And floor lighting, they got floor mounted lighting.
Lamps. Yeah.
That's it.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, they do have floor mounted lighting. Yeah.
What's happening in here?
That sectional is mad uncomfortable if it's full though.
A sprinkler head, you guys see there?
Yeah, there we go. Some sprinkler heads, some real life stuff.
Using the water from the infinity pool.
Recirculates everywhere. Came all the way from the Pacific. Oh, there's a kitchen right from the other.
Now the stairs, I don't love it because it looks like those landings are not much space. Like, for safety purposes, you gotta be a little careful. Mm-hmm. And plus that tile might be slippery if somebody's coming in from outside or we're nitpicking at this point, but
hey, I could go 22 inches without having a railing. If you fall, you fall.
Yeah. But going back to no fucking candy wrappers, this shit is not a house to play in. Like, don't stand around in the house. It seems tight. Like, it seems like the kitchen was the last thing they thought about. Like, let's just tuck it in there.
It's almost like you come in here for sort of like the continental breakfast, and then everybody goes to the other parts of the house.
Yeah. Which is available,
so there are two kitchens. This is
kitchen. Yes. Okay. So that answers that question.
This is just the.
This is for show. This is to get your water and to get your parfaits.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's snacks. It's a snacks room.
Interesting. So what is this narrow corridor for?
Take you to the
bathrooms.
This is probably the closets. Even the closets gets a view.
This is bathroom stalls. Is it stalls?
Running through that joint butt naked.
Hey.
So as you can see, they do have privacy screen. It looks like this probably.
It looks like it was added afterwards.
Also for shading. Yeah, they realized like got some fucking pervs on our
paparazzi. TMZ playing no games.
Cats are sending their drones through the backyard.
Oh yeah, this is definitely prime target for drones.
Yeah.
So this is another bathroom.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this bathroom is better than the other one.
This looked like a fucking
gym bathroom. Yeah, New York Sports Club all the way.
Nah, this ain't New York Sports Club. This is
Equinox.
This is Equinox.
That's what I meant.
Sorry, New York Sports Club. But y'all shit sucks.
Hey, custom towels. This is the master bedroom right here.
At least they gave themselves opaque panels on the bedrooms.
And it looks like their bed is against the glass.
Yeah, that's what we saw from that courtyard.
Oh, yeah.
But again, they do have plenty of window treatments to be like, all right.
But hold up. The door is glass too to go into the room? So you...
But you look at it, but it's opaque, so you can't like see it.
Yeah, you can't see through.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look at this door trying to look into the bathroom or closet, whatever that is, on the left.
Look at the glass.
Yeah, that one I see.
That's that spooky glass where you can see the outline of people.
Yeah.
Very technical terms we're using there.
Yes, sir.
Spooky glass.
Yo, I can appreciate like waking up to the shit and like going to sleep.
There
you go. You're going to sleep right there.
You can go to sleep here. You can go to sleep here. Is there so many levels?
No, this is the ultimate vacation home. Like,
ultimate.
I would never do work in here. Like if I wouldn't work in this fucking house.
No, you come in to decompress.
I'd sleep in a different room every night too.
Look at this. It's literally like the bed is kind of tucked off in the corner. And then look at it. It's like 4 pillows deep and you still got enough bed ahead of you.
I mean, the proportions were executed well. I mean, like you said, the beds in proportion to the room size, in proportion to the glass, lots of natural lighting coming in.
There's no regular shaped room. Like the kitchen was the only room that kind of had like a regular shape. Everything else was kind of following the whole radio plan and just kind of sticking it wherever you can get it, but making it work.
Whoa, this is
that volume that's probably
that's the bedroom.
Eve, check out the television.
Reset.
Yeah, they did it right.
Reset.
They did it right.
And then they got that chair at the little desk over there. So this is the roof. This is the top floor.
That's the roll up spot. That's why I'd sit down and roll up right there on that table.
Eve, you roll up anywhere, bro. Let's not get it twisted.
But what's surprising though is how shaded the sun is coming in through here. I can appreciate it. It's not blasting through there and feeling like you got to close the drapes during the daytime.
Right.
So I mean, but that gives you the thought that he did. It seems like he may have had some passive design intentions while doing this, because it's very easy to fuck it up. But like that's a perfect example what you just said. Like
the overhangs,
and the fact that they have those slots in the ceiling,
the roof,
and each space is kind of also partitioned off with glass, so it doesn't feel like it's wall to wall, but actually it still feels continuous throughout. You get the hints of that, and the lighting is passing through there. Each space is still connected. They did a good job of. And
you've seen very little ductwork. Like
that's
not
true.
Many. I haven't seen any grills. Maybe that's one up there top, but it's not like tattooed all over the place.
Right.
Which is not that easy in the concrete structure.
No, you're right.
At all.
This is the Vulcan viewing room.
What is this? The Enterprise?
Yo.
The Enterprise?
Yo,
Is that what it is from the Enterprise? Starship Enterprise?
But you got the curtains in the back to close all that shit up if you want to.
Yep.
It's a dope room, man.
So hold up.
I'm appreciating just the laying down at that bottom level.
Yeah.
That's your garage?
That's definitely the Tony Stark's garage.
That's hot. And then all your mechanical stuff look like it's in that corner tucked away behind all those doors. That's hot.
Yeah, this is the backdrop for Audis.
That's ill.
Yeah.
Like, that's ill.
That really is.
For sure.
Yo, you killing them if you come out of that joint with a city bike. Like,
Or Prius.
like, whatever you got, you killing them.
Prius, that is hot.
Curved garage, 35 feet below the ground, holds up to 5 cars.
So this is roof deck action with a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And another barbecue grill, it looks like.
It's interesting because you're actually walking over the edge to get into this jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are going to be like,
They
Don't jump in.
And they didn't skimp on the outdoor furniture in any of these locations.
Yeah.
It matches the aesthetic of the house.
Nah, they were very concise.
Yeah, for everything.
Everything they did here.
Yeah, I would love to be up there on a day like right now. What?
Oh, man.
Yo.
Yo. So, where's our vacation, fellas? Where we going?
Swizz Beatz house.
Swizz Beatz?
Swizz Beatz house. Damn, that's a, like, even this view is a nice view. Like,
Yo, man. Well executed. So again, here's another celebrity home that we have seen that has very little, if any. I mean, one of the things that Steve did point out is some of the passive features in terms of the lighting. But beyond that, no solar panels.
But I think you have some earth cooling because it looks like in the behind, like when it said it's at ground level, I think the ground level is higher than what we think it is.
mm-hmm.
So that may be cut into the actual earth, which helps moderate the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, it has to have some passive strategies because we don't see many heating elements. Like there just aren't. And we know at nighttime it gets cool. So one, you got the thermal massing. So even if the floors are concrete, we know it's absorbing that heat and letting it off later at nighttime when it cools down. So you got heating, cooling, you got daylighting. Glare, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the glare.
So is there anything you think missed the mark on this house?
I didn't love the pool room. Like I ain't like that space that much.
Oh, the pool hall.
That it was a mezzanine space.
Yeah.
It might have been not intended to be that sort of used space, so that would probably be the reason why it was the least favored. For all we know, it was probably intended to be a library. You know, do any of you have a favorite room? Favorite part of the house?
Probably that courtyard, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That courtyard is like sitting on one of them steps. Chilling, like I ain't sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on the step. Like I'm in Harlem, bro.
Like you on the stoop.
Like I'm in Harlem.
What about this bedroom?
That bedroom is ill.
That's the corner one though, so that's the end of the house, the furthest, the most remote.
Any room that gives me that view, I'll take it.
Do you think this thing has curb appeal? Would you know that this is the type of house you're going to sort of walk in through from the street?
Because of that wall, that concrete wall.
But can you see that through it?
Yeah.
From the street? You think so?
From that aerial view we had, like you can see it here. I think you see that, and I think it's lit up at night. Yeah, like if you see the...
That one.
Yeah.
Curb appeal is like I don't know if you're really seeing an entryway.
I don't think you're seeing it.
No, that wall is just giving you your intrigue. That's the draw. Like, and then it's ill how these vertical pillars or concrete, how they continue to where the roof is at.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same pattern.
Same pattern. Same theme, yeah.
It's like the panels open up. It's like, all right, we're going to close it. This part is all open, that part's closed. Because they easily all could cross and close the entire.
I guess I'll say one thing. I think it'd be interesting to know what the entry sequence actually is, especially since the road, it looks like you have no idea of what's actually behind that wall.
Right.
So what that experience actually is, I think, could actually be, I guess, quite invigorating.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because we don't know how the hell you enter the space. I mean, like we were saying, like riding whatever you riding into that joint, like entering is like fucking going to the Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Nico, you want to give us a rating?
I'll give it a 4. Only on personal preference.
Tough crowd.
For the interior, the architectural setup for the house, top notch. That literally right there alone is high. But I think I'll go 4. I'll give it a 4.5 because I'm comparing it. I give Ellen's house a 4.5.
That's what I was going to ask you. What did you give Ellen?
And I don't think this is worse. I definitely think they're equal. So I definitely will give this a 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm at a 4 on this one.
Take 2, be number 1.
I mean, they're listen, I think we all agree again, like I shared earlier, that the house was carefully executed.
Wait. You said 4?
4, man. I'm giving this a 4.
Damn, y'all fronting on this joint.
4.
What's your reason?
I'm at a space where unless if I start seeing some solar panels and some evidence of some energy saving techniques.
But that's the beauty of it.
You spent $20 million.
Steve, you do not know if it exists. That's the beauty of it.
You don't know if it exists. We know what solar panels look like.
Yeah, but why do you need solar panels if you don't have any energy being used anyway?
You have energy being used, man. You got 11,000 square foot house, man.
How do you know they're not using wind energy?
Because there's no turbines.
Not on site.
Well, where would it be? The lots out there ain't gonna be that big as we can see from the aerial.
I'm just saying you can't make the assumption that they're not because otherwise I don't see how the house works. I don't see how it works if you don't have those things.
So I'm gonna give it a 4. Then that's the reason why I should give it a 4. That's the reason. You show me some proof, I'll give you a 5.
You need receipts.
I need some receipts.
I need to see receipts.
I need some Energy Star ratings and proof that it's like a LEED Platinum or a Passive House certified. I know it's not Passive House certified just because I can see the thermal bridging occurring at the glass and at the concrete. I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4 because of its lack of sustainable evidence. Sustainable.
So who's next?
I'm in the 4.25 zone. The house is designed pretty well. There's some beautiful spaces that they've created. There's a lot of different elements to it that are substantial. The spaces are linked together. It seems to be, there's a lot of thought in it. They integrated lighting in a way that made sense. We saw elements of actual architectural thought with the sense of like systems built in. Structure is not in the way, not obtrusive. All the spaces seem to be expansive. Perhaps I could have gotten up to a 4.5. I wasn't truly impressed by the kitchen area, but that's because I like more dynamic looking spaces in that sense. I think they use all the proper elements. I think we've all sort of seen good surprises. I mean, look at this room. I mean,
man,
look at that.
That's a postcard.
Yeah. So there's some beautiful spaces. So maybe I am actually at a 4.5. So at the same time, this is just, it's such a muted space, but you put some people in there enjoying themselves,
couple drinks.
Are the people dressed?
Or even with tea and some mild, I want to have a hummus plate, you know what I'm saying? Some cut up pita bread and go hard in here,
That's alpaca.
If you drop it, blends in.
Exactly. But that's the feel I get in here, and like I said, I'm starting at a 4.25, but I could be swayed up to 4.5.
I'm probably around 4.5. And I'll tell you why I'm not at a 5. The reason I'm not at a 5 is the same reason I'm at a 4.5. I think they took a lot of chances with this house, with the shape of the building, the shape of the floor plan, the floor plate. And when you take chances like this, especially with this radial plan, is you are able to create some very dynamic spaces. Like the lead into the garages might be the dopest part of this house, and it could also not be the dopest part of the house. But the fact that it exists, it just created an element that you can talk about forever. Like there's so many things in this house that people will leave just continuously to talk about. The thing that's kind of taking me away from it being a 5 is also, like, even if you look at this view right here, when it gets close to the cylinder in the middle, that it kind of shrinks. That little arm, it shrinks towards it, which creates this weird room shape on the interior, which if you're on the interior of that space, because we're kind of used to rectangular shapes, things like that, you may not feel right. Like it may be a little off or awkward in a sense. Because they took a chance and they kind of hit most of the things that they were trying to do, in my opinion, I think it works. Like even the infinity pool is this weird shape, and I don't know how it would necessarily be used, but it happened to work. So yeah, for me, I'm a solid 4.5.
Okay. I guess I spent most of the time just admiring the photographs and just the different fields and angles at which the home was presented. I guess I'm going to stay in the 4.5 range. What I believe that could have been tweaked a little more actually has to do with the circulation and also how the circulation works with the forms that were chosen. If everything's going to be amorphic, I say stay with amorphic. A cylinder used in a space where other cylinders are used usually has to have some main importance. I guess I would appreciate it more if it actually worked with the circulation instead of being tucked off away to the side. So I guess my biggest critique would be just circulation and the playing of the forms.
What's that big word you used again?
Morphic.
Amorphic?
Amorphic.
Hey.
What's that big word you used again?
Word of the day.
That's the word of the day, amorphic.
For the record, amorphic, I believe, is a shorter word than circulation. Yeah.
Two big words. Yeah, I think in this house, one of the biggest things was that they utilized the courtyard as an actual room in the house. Like you can actually go through the courtyard to get to the other side instead of having to go all the way around.
And it feels private too. So yeah, that's a good point, Nico.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
So 3 4.5s and 2 4s. I mean, it's solid. We know it's solid. It's
solid home.
It's up there. So we got 3 houses that are really up there so far. So Ellen, Rihanna, and this house.
All right.
Great for you.
Thank you, fellas. That was good.
Good job.
Awesome, guys.
Hey, all right, we're gonna stop this recording now.
You got something you want to get off your chest, brother?
Not today.